Alright, welcome back to another tabs related video. Now, in today's video we're going to be looking at the blurry image on Landfall's website. This is by far the most requested video, and here we are. I think this image has been up for a while now, and the only reason I haven't really made a video on it is because I have literally no clue what's going on. At least with the previous blurry image, we kind of knew what it was. There wasn't very many things it could have been, and plus there were rumours that there was going to be a American West inspired faction releasing, and the blurry image just kind of confirmed that. There isn't really a whole lot to go off, both externally and, well, in the image itself. I mean, all I can really make out is a red thing in the centre, and there's a blue light at the top. I don't know what's going on. I can't really decipher much from this. Glowing pillars. I think I'll just forward this conversation onto you guys, like, what do you think the image could be? But just to make this video a little bit more substantial, I do have a couple other things that I want to talk about. The first one, still pertaining to this image, a video I did a while ago looking at the mysterious door that everyone was going insane about. A few people brought to light this fantasy faction.
All I can think of is some kind of new unit or faction is waiting behind the door. Wilhelm has teased a new fantasy faction. I think it makes perfect sense for a fantasy faction to be released on Medieval. So I've seen this a lot. People do seem to go towards the fantasy faction. I haven't actually seen any teasers on Twitter from Wilhelm, so I'm just going to have to take this guy's word for it. But I think this does pretty much sum up people's general opinion on it.
This fantasy faction does seem to be the most popular theory, as it was commented a few times on my older videos as well when this image first came out. And the second theory was one that took Reddit by storm. Some sort of like underwater faction they dubbed the Atlantis faction. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think if anything it's more the fantasy faction, but then there really isn't anything in this image that gives that away. And it also says on the website that this is going to be the final faction. I don't know if it's the final faction in the entire game, whether they'll release DLC faction remains to be seen, but as far as the early access is concerned, this is the final faction. I mean, if this is the final faction, it kind of indicates to me that we're getting very close to the full release. Landfall getting the last faction out so then they can just work on the fundamentals of tabs. I mean, we've got most of it already, like the bug DLC, win conditions and map settings. We're waiting on the unit creator as I guess the final massive chunk of the game to get. Seems to be it, so that kind of indicates that we are getting very close to this game coming out fully. The features that are left to release is the unit creator, the faction creator, and the hero unit, which I think will all come out in the same update. Well, the unit creator and faction creator will definitely come out in the same update because they're pretty much the same thing. The unit creator is where you create the units, and the faction creator will just be you grouping those units together that you created. So yeah, sorry I didn't really have a lot to talk about with this image. Like, I really don't know what's going on with this image. Usually there's a lot more background information going on, like I said with the Western faction. It was rumored that this would come out, and the image just kind of served to, I guess, soft confirm it. This image could be anything. I have no clue what it could be. I think what's going to happen is full release will be April Fool's Day next year. That's my prediction. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.